What is happening, guys? It is bright and early. It's 6:30. We're here in London's Deer Park here in Richmond, and I'm about to do something that's probably going to be, up to this point, one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I'm about to run my first ever ultramarathon, covering 100 kilometers in one day, running from London to Brighton as part of the Action Challenge Ultramarathon series. I'm here at the start line and I'm going to leave in about 30 minutes time. This is going to be a mammoth day and a mammoth challenge. Let's see how I get on. Morning.
Are you ready?
Hello, I'm ready to go.
Are you ready? Do you want to twist your passport so I can scan it? Do you want to ready, steady, go?
I would love it, please.
Ready, steady, go.
Here we go, thank you. Right, let's do this, people. We've just started. It's 5 to 7 in the morning. I wonder what time it will be when I finish. I'm not going to say if I finish because we're going to do this, kicking or screaming. London to Brighton, baby, here we go. So we're almost 2 miles in now and I'm feeling pretty strong. Obviously that doesn't say a lot about how far we've got to go, but I'm feeling pretty positive so far. Funny thing about this particular challenge, my brother actually took it on about 2 years ago, and the most training that he did in preparation for the run was an 8-mile run. And when you compare that to 100 kilometers, which is about 62 miles, that's actually insane when you think about it. I remember standing there at Brighton Racecourse where this finishes, watching him come over the hill like an absolute zombie. He did not look good, but he finished it nevertheless, which was very inspiring. So I want to make sure that I do the same, because I've done a lot more training than just 8 miles as a maximum run beforehand, so I really have no excuse. Seven and a half miles in, I can see the first aid station ahead. So we've just come out of the first aid station. I filled up my water bottles, went to the toilet, and boom, I'm back on the track, ready to keep going. The first half of this ultramarathon is going to consist of 2 equally important elements: thrust and adjust, splash and dash. Now what do I mean by that? So thrust and adjust, that means that I'm going to go at a regular sort of pace, quite slower than I need to. I'm going to listen to how my body's reacting, then I'm going to adjust accordingly. The last thing I want to do is go out too strong at the start and then blow up very early on, because that would be a very miserable experience. Part 2, splash and dash. I'm going to try and make the stops very minimal. I'm going to try and make them very quick, so I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to take long to get my stuff at aid stations. I'm just going to try and drink some water on the go, make sure I keep getting the energy gels in, keep getting the salt tablets in, just to make sure that I maintain the momentum in the early crucial stages of the race. Right, let's keep going. Fair enough, a segment of the course is actually in a train station. We're not getting on a train though, we're not going to be lazy. So we're about 25k in now and I can see the second aid station. Thank you. It's mainly been roads and paths up to this point, but I believe from here on onwards it's going to get a lot hillier. There's going to be many trails as we go over the North Downs, down through Sussex, down towards Brighton.
Got you. Okay, right, just behind you. Got you.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Part 3. Let's do this, here we go. So I've just seen the first sign that says Brighton. We're on the right track at least, that's always a positive. So it's almost 10 o'clock, I've been going for about 3 hours now, and we're in what looks to be our first tricky trail section of the run. There are some challenging sections that we've just passed through. I'm actually very lucky today. When I first looked at the weather forecast in the middle of the week, it was giving out hot baking sun, and today it's actually quite cool and overcast. Don't want to jinx it though, so I'll touch wood as I say that. So anyway, let's carry on. It's really nice to go down hills, but it's always good to remember that what goes down must go back up again. So I'm sure that there will be a lot of challenging hills later on. So we're about the 36 kilometers mark. I've just stepped in a massive puddle from a few nights ago, and now my feet are soaking wet. Once feet are wet, they stay wet, so I've now got that to contend with, but hey, it could always be worse, right? On the positive side, I'm feeling relatively fresh still. I've been paying careful attention to my nutrition. I've been having regular energy gels every 3 or 4 miles. I've been having salt tablets just to get the body salts back inside of me. I've also been drinking continually. So let's see how I continue to get on. So we're about 4 hours and 10 minutes in now, and I've just arrived at aid station 3, which is about 26 miles in a marathon distance. It's time to take this opportunity to get some drinks, get some food, go to the toilet and have a little rest. Then we're going to go straight back on the road and keep moving forwards. Right, we're about 2 miles from the third aid station, and the sun has come out with a reckoning force. It's extremely hot right now and the sweat is just pouring down my face. At least I wore sun cream, but that comes with the disadvantage of the sun cream blending with the sweat and then burning my eyes, so you can't have everything, right? Anyway, at least it's not pouring down with torrential rain. Always stay on the positive side. Okay, let's continue. We've just crossed the halfway mark. We're about 52 kilometers in now, and my watch has buzzed, which indicates that I'm about 33 miles in. And this is a rather interesting moment for me personally, because I've never ran in my life past 33 miles. So from here on out, it's unknown territory for me and anything can happen. So stay tuned and let's see how the rest of the race unfolds. Just then I saw my London to Brighton career flash before my eyes. I was running in a trail section, wasn't really looking at my feet too much, and I stacked it, I fell over, but luckily I saved it at the very last second and I didn't go face down into mud and branches. I didn't get any damage. But that was a close call and I will be paying more attention from now on. We're 36 miles in now and I can see aid station number 4, 10 miles after aid station number 3. Still feeling pretty strong, but I'm definitely starting to feel the heat get to me. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is take a lot of time to focus on my hydration. I'm going to make sure that I don't go flying ahead and then crash and burn. Right, that being said, let's go to aid station number 4. Have you ever tried drinking boiling hot Coca-Cola? I wouldn't advise you to, it's absolutely disgusting, as I've just got a lovely mouthful of it just now. Just left aid station number 4 and I've passed up on the opportunity to have a warm meal. I had a massive full English breakfast at the crack of dawn this morning before I left for Richmond, and it's done me well up to this point and I don't feel like eating, to be honest. If I had something, I feel like I would lose my momentum by having to sit down and then get back up again, so I don't want to risk it. Who knows, maybe this is going to be a massive pitfall in my strategy, but I'm feeling positive now. I've just had a banana, so let's see what happens. Okay, those last 4 miles were not fun at all. My watch had started to run out of battery and I decided to get my portable charger out of my backpack to charge it. However, when I looked at it after a couple of minutes, I realised it wasn't charging and I had to hold it in a very weird and awkward angle to make sure that it charged whilst running. And I've also got my running camera in the other hand, so that meant that both my hands were occupied holding things, so I couldn't actually access any of my bits to drink and eat as I was going along. So that was not fun, but you've got to be able to adapt and overcome challenges as they come. So that's what I've done, and I'm just over the 40-mile mark now. I think that's about 63 kilometers. I'm a miles man, as you can tell, but yeah, I'm feeling all right now. I've got some water on board after that long stretch where it felt like I was in the desert. Okay, here we go. Sheep! Hello, mate. We're doing this for you, sheep. We're doing this for you, little buddy. There she is, the 5th aid station. We're about 42.5 miles in. The sun is beaming down on us, but it's not as harsh as it was earlier. I'm still feeling all right, other than that pretty horrible spell where I couldn't access any of my nutrition. But yeah, I'm gonna do the usual routine now. I'm gonna get some drinks, go to the toilet, get some food in me, and I'm gonna just carry on. I don't really think I need to stop. Onwards and upwards. Not sure if we're looking at Hogwarts here or not. Nah. Well, we've been treated to a lovely bit of mud here and I've almost just gone face first in, but luckily I saved it at the last second again. Quite lucky today. So yeah, you've got to be ready for all types of terrains. For me, the second half of the race is definitely a lot quieter than the first half. I left in the second wave this morning after the first wave at 6:40 AM. I left at 7 AM, so that meant I was running through loads of people, and it was nice just to be able to chat to others that are in the same boat and to help each other get through this, because at the end of the day we're all in it together. But yeah, it's a lot quieter on the second half, but that's okay. Hello mate, how are you doing? So we've literally just crossed the 75k mark, which means we're 3/4 of the way there to Brighton. and this leg is starting to take its toll on me. I'm not as fast as I was in the first half, and I'm definitely starting to feel the pain in the legs now. But I'm fairly confident I'll be able to get to Brighton. So I've just passed my brother at the 76k mark, who left in the wave just before me in the morning at 6:40, and he's done a brilliant job. He's managed to keep a very consistent and steady pace up to this point, and it's really good to see the improvement from the last time, considering that he realised after 13 miles when he did it before he made a big mistake and he wasn't physically fit for this. It is absolutely sweltering. The watch is about to hit 50 miles and this leg has been an absolute baptism of fire. I'm sure it will be much better when we get to the aid station, but it literally feels like we're walking through the Sahara Desert right now. Just trying to maintain a pace and trying to ration the water and supplies that we have on us. Hello fellas, how we doing then? All right, Bill, I'll go on. See you later, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance this evening. Yeah, you can tell that the heat and the dehydration is getting to me now, can't you? All right, just past 80k. Aid station number 5? Yeah, aid station number 5 just ahead of me. I think we've just crossed 81 kilometers. Definitely starting to feel this now, so I need to get my act together in this aid station and then get ready for the next leg. Got excited then. There's a race course there, but it's not the one that I'm looking for. It's a Plumpton race course. Unfortunately, we've got another 13 kilometers to go, so best not get ahead of ourselves. So after aid station number 5, I don't know what's happened. I seem to have got a third wind. Feeling much better now, and I've actually been running the majority of this leg. The last leg was so difficult because there were so many mud pits to fall into and you couldn't run through them. There was absolutely no point. So we've got about 12k to go now. Next aid station is going to be in about 4k, so looking forward to that. Then it's a long stretch to Brighton. Here we go. Aid station number 6 is just ahead of us. Gonna have a quick splash and dash, then I'm gonna go back straight onto the course. Apparently there's a massive hill coming up. I think it's called Beacon Hill, something like that. It's gonna be a big test of endurance and resilience, but we're gonna do it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're nearly there.
Thank you. Right, let's do it. Hopefully you can see that. That's the hill that I'm about to climb, and it is gonna be the ultimate test for this challenge. Okay, let's get climbing. It's almost vertical, I swear. God. There's no way I'm going to be running up with this. I tell you, that'd be the end of me. God. And I've just rocked up to the 7th, I believe, and final aid station of the challenge. It's about 6k to go now, so I'm just going to get a quick drink and I'm going to get back on the road to Brighton. don't know if you can see that, but that over there in the distance is the sea line, which means we are very close to finishing this challenge and arriving at Brighton Racecourse. I left Deer Park in Richmond about 12 hours ago, and I'm very close to finishing. We've got 4k left. Let's dig deep and finish this strong. Thank you. I can see the finish line right in front of me. I left Richmond this morning in London 12.5 hours ago exactly. It's amazing what the human body can do when you put your mind to it. The furthest I'd run before this was 33 miles. It's been an insane day, and we finally finished London to Brighton. Hey. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know if you fancy trying an ultramarathon one day. Like, comment, subscribe. I've been Craig. Thank you very much.